Welcome back to Heroines Unfolded. Today, we are taking a trip to the heart of West Africa to learn about one of the most legendary figures in African history, Nana Yaa Asantewa, the warrior queen of the Ashanti Kingdom. She was not born into royalty. She did not have an army at her disposal, but she had courage, wisdom, and an unshakable determination to protect her people's heritage. The Ashanti people were skilled in governance, trade, and warfare. They controlled vast resources, particularly gold, earning the region the nickname the Gold Coast. But what truly unified the Ashanti people was not just their wealth, it was their spirituality and traditions. At the heart of their culture was the Golden Stool, also known as the Sika Dwa Kofi. This was not just a stool. It symbolized the very soul of the Ashanti nation. According to legend, it descended from the heavens, carried by a priest named Okomfo Anokie. The stool represented unity, authority, and the spirit of the Ashanti people. To insult or demand the stool was to insult the Ashanti's identity. And trust me, nobody messed with the Golden Stool. Well, almost nobody. Yaa Asantewa was born around 1840 in the small village of Besiz in the Ashanti Kingdom. Yaa Asantewa was not born into a warrior's life. She was a farmer, a mother, and a deeply spiritual woman. But even in her early years, people recognized her as someone wise beyond her years. She became the Queen Mother of Ejisu, a position of great influence. In Ashanti culture, Queen Mothers were powerful advisors to kings and played key roles in decision-making. They represented the voice of the people, particularly women, and were often the moral compass of the kingdom. Yaa Asantewa was known for her fiery speeches and her commitment to justice. But little did she know, her greatest challenge was yet to come, a challenge that would immortalize her name in history. By the late 1800s, the Ashanti Kingdom faced an enormous threat: the British Empire. The British wanted control over Ashanti land, gold, and trade routes, and of course they also wanted to dominate the Ashanti people. In 1896, tensions reached a boiling point. The British exiled the Ashanti king, Prempeh I, to the Seychelles. This was a devastating blow. Without their king, the Ashanti people were left leaderless and vulnerable. But the final straw came in 1900, when the British governor, Sir Frederick Hodgson, made a shocking demand. He wanted the Golden Stool. Not just to look at it or admire it, he wanted to sit on it. Can you imagine? The audacity. This was not just disrespect. It was the ultimate insult to the Ashanti people. The leaders were outraged, but many were hesitant to fight. After all, the British had guns, cannons, and a massive army. Who could lead them in such a dangerous time? It was in this moment of crisis that Yaa Asantewa rose to the occasion. She called a council of Ashanti leaders and delivered a speech that would go down in history. She said, "How can a proud and brave people like the Ashanti sit back and allow their king to be taken away, and their stool defiled by outsiders? If you, the men, will not go forward, then we will. We, the women, will fight the white men. We will fight till the last of us falls in the battlefields." With those words, Yaa Asantewa became the leader of the resistance. She rallied warriors, both men and women, and prepared to defend the Ashanti's honor. The War of the Golden Stool, also known as the Yaa Asantewa War, began in March 1900. Yaa Asantewa led an army of Ashanti warriors into battle. They fought fiercely, using guerrilla tactics to outsmart the British soldiers. For months, the Ashanti warriors laid siege to the British fort in Kumasi. The British were cut off from supplies, surrounded by determined fighters who refused to back down. But the British were relentless. They called in reinforcements, bringing advanced weaponry and more troops. After months of intense fighting, Yaa Asantewa and her warriors were overwhelmed. In 1901, Yaa Asantewa was captured and exiled to the Seychelles, where she lived until her death in 1921. Despite her exile, her spirit and bravery inspired her people to continue resisting colonial rule. Yaa Asantewa's story did not end with her capture. Her legacy lived on, becoming a symbol of resistance and empowerment. In Ghana, she is celebrated as a national hero. Her courage reminds us that one person's bravery can inspire an entire nation. Today you can visit the Yaa Asantewa Museum in Ghana, dedicated to her life and legacy. There is also a school named after her, Yaa Asantewa Girls Secondary School, where young women are encouraged to lead with strength and determination. Yaa Asantewa taught us that leadership is not about titles or armies. It is about standing up for what is right, even when the odds are stacked against you. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Let's meet on the next one. Bye.